ready. Go ahead.
Okay.
What a start.
Whoa, let's get it. Guys, welcome to another episode of Horror at the Store. I'm your host, Katie Hettenbach, and today we have a hilarious human, comedian, lovely individual. Give it up for Kelly Ryan.
Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, of course.
How you doing today?
Oh, me? I'm doing great. I'm doing good. You know, everyone is alive and well. You know?
Yeah.
What's not
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's a pretty, you know what? Yeah, you're not wrong. That's not wrong. Yeah.
How are you doing?
You know, well, everyone is not alive and well, but I think we are well. You know?
We are at
we
our
are well.
core.
At our core,
we're good.
We good. Maybe not like, you know, but we good. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we good, but like we good. You know? You get it.
I get it.
So we watched M3GAN.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did.
This movie's like blowing up. Like
I know.
this apparently it's the biggest horror movie to ever be released in January. And
Really?
Yeah, because normally if you release a horror movie in January, it's gonna like flop.
Yeah.
But like, I think because of how ridiculous and silly it is,
Yeah.
they just really lean into it, and people are like, we want more.
Yeah. I mean, it was goofy as hell.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I don't know how you saw it. I saw it by myself in the theater.
I did that too.
Yeah. And which by the way, have never done that.
Ooh,
I've never gone to the theaters by myself, but I really enjoyed it.
it's great because it's, especially for a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's like you're kind of alone.
Yeah.
And obviously you're alone. That's why you went there by yourself.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
like normally when you see a horror movie or a movie with someone else,
Yeah.
you have them to like, you know, you can make a side eye or like chuckle to or something.
Yeah.
But like when it's just you, it's like it's just the screen and you really get in the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I was entertained the entire time. Even at the points where I was like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, but you're like, I want more of it.
I want more of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I don't know if we're going to go through the entire thing directly, but the part where she is crawling was one of the funniest things I've seen in a very long time.
I saw it in the trailer and I was like, oh God.
Yeah, I didn't even
no.
watch the trailer.
Oh, honestly, smart.
Yeah,
I wish I hadn't watched it.
I just knew it was a little robot bitch, and I was like, let's go, let's do this. And, you know, I saw like some people making fun of it, but
Yeah.
I didn't understand what it actually was.
She was just like crawling around, just like, you know.
Yeah, it's weird that they made her crawl and not be able to run.
Yeah, I was like, you would think that she would be able to run on like 2 feet.
Yeah.
And not.
But maybe they were like, oh, for like speed and velocity, we're going to have her crawl. Or it's not even
I feel
really
like that would be
crawling.
slower.
Because it was technically
Horse
running,
girl.
but horse girl. Yes, that's what it was. It was horse movement.
She was full on horse. Have you seen those girls
Oh,
on the internet?
oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I
and
knew
then,
those
like,
chicks.
they like the height they get when they jump over things.
Something's wrong.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Like I'm
yeah.
scared, but also I'm impressed.
Right. You're like, I like what you're doing for you. Do I want any part in it ever? No.
Yeah.
But you take flight.
You
You jump as high as you can, you know?
You do you, girl.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't involve me.
I don't want to be in this.
Don't attach my name. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely fucking not. Yeah. Her crawling, obviously that, but then in the end, when it's like the big fight scene,
Yeah.
and we're just gonna jump around. That's just
That's totally fine.
The end when she is like in half and is like actually crawling towards the little girl whose name, again, I don't know if you I have a slight speech impediment and she has my name, but it's spelled C-A-D-Y.
Her Katie is Cady or your Katie is Cady?
Hers is.
Hers is.
So mine is Katie.
Right. The classic.
The only way it should be spelled.
Yeah.
Like it's like a weird like if,
Cady is caddy. That's caddy.
Yeah, it's wrong.
It's incorrect.
Yeah, it's like even if you spelled the name Katy, it just feels wrong.
Yeah.
It would be like spelling Kelly like Cellie.
Yeah. You'd be like, that's just not right.
Get out of here.
And I know that the English language is already like messed up to begin with. Like nothing really makes sense.
Yeah.
But when you're here, when you speak English long enough, there are certain things that just make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not that.
You know what, though? But I'm glad that she has an annoying spelling to her name because I couldn't stand her. In the entire movie, I was like, I hate this little girl and I feel horrible because I know her parents just freaking croaked. But she is annoying and really, honestly, she had a bad temper.
she just needed a friend. And
she did.
And she had M3GAN. But
Yeah.
That's not really a friend. That's a robot. Also,
No.
let's get into this. Do robots deserve rights?
Right?
Because people will always, because there's like robot artists now, and I remember like that was like a big thing on like Instagram.
Yeah.
Where people would be like, I'm a robot and I have feelings too, and I'm like, okay, but like we don't have rights as people.
I don't think they deserve rights.
Okay, cool.
Put it in print.
You heard it here first,
now.
folks.
I do not think they deserve. Well, it's like you're not an actual. You're code.
Yeah,
You're a string of code. That's like being like, oh, my fucking Neopet deserves rights. Neopet threw me back. That's
a good call.
That went to the corner of some part of my brain.
Did you know that Neopets are actually part of Scientology? They're
Really?
part of that scheme. Yeah.
Did not know that.
So if you donated any money to them,
I did not.
Okay,
they do not have my funds.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Can you imagine? This is where you find out. Well, every time I get paid for a show, it goes straight to my pride and joy, my Neopet.
and Scientology. You're actually surprised. This is actually an ambush. You're joining Scientology. Get excited. They're coming after us.
How many people are in Scientology? What's the number?
Too many.
Okay.
They have a TV station on DirecTV.
Really?
Yeah. When I was home, my parents have it, so I turned it on, and I was just like, let's just see. It's just like one long infomercial.
Your parents have DirecTV or they're Scientologists?
DirecTV.
Oh, okay.
Which probably means they're Scientologists.
I have that number. That number is reported to be 3.5 million people in Scientology.
Wow.
Really?
It's too many.
That is
Terrifying.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I
don't know what's scarier, Scientologists or robots, actually.
Are they the same?
They could be cut from a very similar cloth.
Is M3GAN a Scientologist?
I don't, you know what? No, because I like M3GAN more than that. I actually liked M3GAN.
She's awesome.
I thought she ripped. I mean, I was like, when she fucking pulled that dude's ear,
Oh my God.
she did, I was like, she rules. Because I didn't even, how did she make it stretch that far?
It wasn't kind of impressive. I was like, the elasticity on that
cartilage
of
is
cartilage.
crazy.
Who knew? Like you could be getting so many things pierced if you just pulled it out. Claire should take notes.
They really should. They really should. Also, that kid fucking deserved it. That kid sucked ass.
But maybe not the car.
No, the
I was
car
like,
was a twist.
I was like, whoa, hey, whoa. I was like, okay, the ear maybe because that's like
the ear.
okay.
I understood. Yeah, yeah.
But like rolling in front of a car, I was like,
that
okay,
was brutal.
Yeah. Also, this film was supposed to be rated R and was filmed to be rated R, but then they found out more teenagers wanted to see it, so they cut it back to PG-13. That's why you really don't see a lot of like gore or anything.
I was gonna say that it didn't scare me at any point, and it didn't. Nothing really made me like, squirm at any point. It was more of just like. And it felt like I was going through a haunted house, sort of. It didn't really have that edge to it that, like, an R-rated horror movie would.
Yeah. The only thing that I was like, ooh, maybe this might, is when they were like, the neighbors kept spraying the...
the toxins?
Yeah, the toxins. Just like, and then M3GAN, like, corners the neighbor in the shed. And
The
then,
gun through the hand thing was
yeah,
gnarly.
and then I was like, oh, is she gonna pull it out? Don't. So of
Yeah.
course she didn't, because it's PG-13, so you keep the nail in your hand, so that they don't rip it out, so they don't have to show gore. But then they're like, we're just gonna pump you full of
chemicals.
toxic chemicals, and that's how we're gonna kill you. I thought she was gonna like explode or
Yeah, I thought so
something gross was
too.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
kind of thankful it didn't, but also I feel like that would have been fun.
Yeah. I think the real, like, if it really pushed it over to R, somehow showing the killing of the dog, I
Yeah.
think that would have really done it.
Yeah. I don't know if this happened to you when you were in the theaters, having theater etiquette just go out the window ever since like people are talking at the screen.
Yeah.
Which is fine to like a certain extent. But I had this kid who was next to me who was like, oh my God, she's going to kill the dog. Oh my God, she's going to kill the dog. Oh my God, she killed the dog. She killed it. And I was like, thank you so much for your commentary. Thank you. Shut up. But he was the only one talking in the entire theater. And I'm like, how do I always
The
sit
lack
right
of
next to him?
awareness that people have. Yeah.
Like,
no good. Ours was pretty tame. Well, it was at like 3:00.
Okay,
I
that's
saw it
good.
relatively during the middle of the day.
Yeah.
A lot of other people seeing it by themselves.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of a thing. But I found that I was probably laughing the hardest out of anybody.
Same. Like I
Yeah.
found people were like more like, especially in the beginning, weren't laughing.
Yeah.
And I was just cackling, especially when Megan first sang.
Yeah, that was
That came out of that honestly was probably the scariest part. I mean, her voice, impeccable,
great voice.
great voice, amazing voice. But absolutely terrifying. Could you imagine? Like, I don't know if you had dolls growing up.
I've always thought dolls were creepy.
Okay.
Like, especially like a little baby doll, like not a Bratz doll.
Yeah,
I had like
it's-
Bratz
it's
and
not-
Barbies.
I feel like those aren't like the dolls in question. I feel like more like American Girl dolls.
Yeah, I wasn't into those
Okay.
bitches. No.
I had 6 of them.
You did, really?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
remember all their names?
Yes.
Go off.
Okay. Well, I had all of the pairs. I had Felicity and Elizabeth, Molly and Emily, and Julie and Ivy.
Wow.
And I used them in a horror film, and I threw them down the stairs.
You're kidding.
Yeah, it was great. And then I brought
And none of them came back to try and kill you?
no. And then my mom did jokingly send one to college with me. So I had to
To scare you?
yeah. She's like, here's a doll and here's a knife. And I was like, oh, thanks, Mom.
Hilarious.
And then my roommates are like, what the fuck is wrong with your mom? And then I started hiding the doll around the apartment.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was like,
What's the psychological thing there?
you know, scaring people is fun. That's it. That's it.
fair.
That's it. Dolls are always creepy.
Do you love Halloween?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Gotcha. Do you go scary for Halloween, or are you kind of like a...
It depends. I usually like to go like, you know, when I want people to know who I am. So I try to go like
Yeah.
iconic. Like I was Austin Powers.
Great.
I was Napoleon Dynamite, and I had
Love it.
tots
Hell
in my
yeah.
pocket and was handing them out.
Beautiful.
It was amazing, you know?
Yeah, I don't like it when people do Halloween and then they have to post the picture of what they were trying to be as
Yeah.
well. It's like bad costume.
Yeah.
Objectively bad costume.
Yeah.
If you have to explain it to everybody, then you bombed.
Exactly. I do wish, though, that Megan came out around Halloween.
People were going to be
The
hurt.
costumes would be impeccable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I did think it was cool that they, even though she was like around Katie's age or supposed to be, I did like how they dressed her as a big doll. I thought that was smart. Because if they had dressed her in like normal kid clothes, it wouldn't have been.
Yeah, as creepy.
As
They're
creepy.
like, here's a big bow.
Yeah.
And then her, like, every time she would, you know, go outside, she had little sunglasses. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, slam, Megan.
Yeah, she honestly, she was a stunner in the sunglasses.
I was like, damn, to be that iconic, I wish I had that iconic of an outfit.
Yeah.
I could wear it every single day, you
Yeah.
know?
I wonder if Allison Williams' character, what was her name? Gemma?
Yeah.
Gemma. I wonder if she had all the accessories or if Megan went out and bought the sunglasses.
That's a good point. I was thinking about that stuff. Like, how did they know, like, what outfit they were gonna pick because they had to have other outfits, and I would have loved like a montage of like, here are the outfits Megan could wear, and she's like walking out.
It's like 70s Megan.
70s, yeah. She's like, oh, 70s. Like, no, go back and change. Some like
they gotta
montage.
do more of this. They gotta.
Yeah.
I mean, I did think they left an opening for someone to be like, no, I can make it even better.
Yeah.
Or I can, do the whole thing. Because I'm sure that the hard drive that Kurt guy moved all the shit to, I'm sure that wasn't destroyed.
Yeah, what was that plotline?
It seemed like they were really trying to go somewhere with it, and then all it ended up being used for was the end where Megan was like, oh, you feel guilty about doing it, so you killed yourself. And it was like, I felt like they wrote it in and they were like, what do we do with it?
Let's just make him kill himself. I don't know. Which is, I mean, that's always a solution.
Always a route. I mean, not a route.
No,
it's not a route.
don't kill yourself.
but it's a screenwriting route.
It's a screenwriting route. But John and I were talking and about like how it could like lead into the sequel, because where's that hard drive? Who got that? He might have sent it out already.
Yeah.
Who has this hard drive?
Yeah.
Yeah. With Megan and the like AI system.
Yeah.
In Gemma's house, like what?
Yeah.
Like now they're connected.
I think they were definitely connected.
Okay.
Because I think like at the end when it turns on again or whatever, I didn't trust that little fucking thing either.
Yeah, it was cute.
I just didn't. I was like, they're working in cahoots.
Yeah.
They're in cahoots. They gotta be.
At first, like, I was like, oh, it's so cute. It's a little, like, shroom. Like,
Yeah.
Like, it was like a little toadstool.
Yeah. Well, that's how Alexa is going to fuck us up.
I don't want those in my house.
My boyfriend just recently turned on all of them in the house because what happened was, so we won an Alexa, I think. Okay. And then we were gifted the little Echoes.
Okay.
So now we have 3 in a small apartment. Okay. And I don't really like them. The only thing I use it for is I can't find the remote, so I say Alexa power Roku, and then I use my phone as the remote.
Okay.
But I don't like it listening to things. I mean, I know it's always listening.
They're always
listening.
on.
Yeah. But I don't trust it for a second.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's creepy. And also, speaking of creepy, you know what was the scariest thing in this movie is the commercial in the beginning and those dolls, like the little like Furby. Not even. I think it's an insult to Furbies. I'm sorry.
No.
Like little
they were
it's
fuzzies
it's
things.
Giving okay, if you've ever seen Chicken Little,
yes,
the little aliens, yes.
Okay, I thought of the exact same thing.
Wow,
thank God. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then he's like, but it's like that, but like with teeth.
Yes, the teeth were disgusting,
and he poops.
I don't know why you would even get that for your kid, because anything else in the house that poops, we don't need that.
Yeah, it's like what they had the growing up, they had baby alive, a baby so like I don't want that.
Okay, first of all,
thank you.
Yeah, I did not like her immediate. So first of all, did you get the vibes that she hated her parents?
Yeah, she's because when especially like I was like, oh, she's sad her parents' side. Yeah, and then when
Megan was like, tell a memory,
and she's like, my mom snapped at my dad, and she goes, I'll always have that right. Like why? Like
that's what you remember?
Like also, let's talk about their death.
Yeah,
because that was so. I knew it was coming, but it was. I obviously they had to die, but like the death was so. Like sudden and like it made me laugh, not in like a oh that's just okay, it's done, okay, cool,
in a way of like 3.5 minutes in and we're dead, we're done. Yeah, well, so before they even got hit by the snow plow, I was like, I am already so sick of this relationship between the kid and the parents, because it seemed like whenever there's a movie where the kid like blatantly doesn't respect what the parents are saying, it drives me insane.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know that this kid is going to be here the whole movie, and the entire time I'm going to be like, this is a brat. This is a total brat. And that's how I felt about her the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like,
I wanted, like, some big arc with her.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we got towards the end when M3GAN and Gemma were fighting.
yeah.
But, like, yeah, she was...
It was like she was cold the entire movie. Yeah. And then right at the end, they were like, no, she's a good egg. And it was like, yeah, but we've had no proof up until this point that she, like, gives a shit about her aunt.
Yeah. But also Gemma didn't give a shit about her. I mean, she did.
There were parallels between the two of them.
She did. It's like, but they were both, like, I mean, she's a career-driven woman. What can you blame her?
I cannot blame her.
She's doing what she's doing, and she doesn't have time for a child.
Yeah. I was also like, really? You made that huge robot in college?
I was like, damn, what college did you go to?
Where are you going?
Like, undergrad?
Yeah.
Where? Also, how much did that cost? Also, why are they selling M3GAN for only $10,000? That seems really cheap.
Yeah.
Because didn't they say that it was like hundreds of thousands of dollars?
Yeah, and then they were like,
M3GAN?
oh, is it more or less than a Tesla? And then they were like, and they were like, less. And it's like, well, no, that's significantly less.
Yeah.
That's like not even in the ballpark of a Tesla.
Yeah, so you're going to have like a dumbed down version of M3GAN.
Now that would be very funny. like a M3GAN that just can't get past third grade. Like she literally is trying all that she can.
Hey, M3GAN, I need help with long division. No. No.
I do not know long division.
Absolutely not.
But I will kill this boy in your class.
And I'll also sing Titanium for you really quietly.
That
in your
was
ear.
insane. The singing of Titanium had me laughing so hard.
Sia could never.
She couldn't. And that's what pisses her off. That's why she doesn't show her face anywhere.
She's like...
Yeah, the whole time I thought M3GAN was cooler than Katie.
Yeah. M3GAN is iconic. Have you been seeing... Oh, what was I going to say?
I was just going to talk about how thick M3GAN's fingers were. Did you notice that? They were so thick. And they didn't, the fingertips were like launch pad. They were huge. It was so gross. And I don't know if it was because she needed grip or something.
I feel like it's because she had to pair and she has to have the robot fingers underneath, so you have to have something to put.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I was like, this bitch got fat fingers, man.
hey, M3GAN's not real.
Oh yeah,
M3GAN.
You know what my issue with the robot girl is? Too thick of fingers. She's not believable. You know what was cool was when she took people's emotions and temperatures.
Yes, that was
cool.
COVID.
Oh, man. COVID couldn't exist. Not with her around. No. Yeah, she. I don't know. There were parts of her that I thought could definitely be useful.
Yeah.
But then it was like the problem was with the code. Because the fact that they didn't write anything in to where it was like she could be stopped. Like I was almost like they should have had like a string or something that you pull and then the whole thing
and then
falls
it'll be fine,
apart
but she's like,
or something.
No. Yeah.
They had no plan B.
Also, the only plan that they had or that worked was Gemma pouring water on her. And she stopped and I was like, she's a robot. Water. What? Pool. Why don't you have a pool?
Why don't you have
dunk her in a hose? Anything? A sink?
Get a pitcher, fill it with some water.
Anything.
Throw it, anything.
Hold on, M3GAN. Hold on. I gotta fill this pitcher up. Give me a second and then do it.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me either.
I was like,
Why
Water.
do you just always have a hose nearby? Like when they were in like the lab and at the end and they're working on her and they're like, we gotta unplug or whatever. I'm like, spray her with some fucking water.
Yeah. Also, don't they have like clamp things to like, I don't know. Also, why did he do the head one last? He could have done it from behind, so she couldn't have grabbed him.
Yeah, they weren't the smartest
they
ones in the world.
I honestly was like, how did you get this job? Because you guys don't seem smart.
No.
I'm sure they're like, again, lovely people.
I wanted them to live, so I'm glad that they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were funny.
They were fun.
but-
yeah.
Oh, we got to talk about it. Speaking of dying, the iconic dance scene.
Oh. Yeah.
How silly was that?
That was like the tipping point where I was like, this isn't as much a horror movie as it is a comedy. Like,
Yeah, this is hilarious.
yeah.
And-
And there are some like horror movies that like there are theories that what makes a good horror movie is that it's also very funny. And I think that's probably why people like this one so
Yeah.
much. You know, like there are moments in like Us that are very funny, and like when they play all the Alexas are playing music while they're getting killed or whatever. Like there are parts that are very funny, but this one was so silly that like I think it just, I don't know, it definitely would appeal to like teenagers.
Oh, yeah,
who are going
100%.
to see it, you know,
Yeah.
because it's like, oh, the girls are scared enough, but the boys are laughing, you know, whatever.
I just think it's hilarious that I forget what the guy's name is.
I think it's David in the film, right?
David. Sure, we'll call him David.
Is it?
The boss.
Yeah, the boss. Yeah.
The boss man. That man. He was like, you know, walking through the hallways like, where the fuck is Megan? I gotta find Megan.
Yeah.
And then he walks down the hall. He's like, Megan, and then she just starts going at it, and then she's just.
Which is,
And I was like, that's because they briefly showed Katie teaching Megan like one of the dance moves.
yeah,
Like, doing this. I'm like, did they develop a routine together? Why did that would be
that's
fun?
probably what it was.
And then they could have showed Gemma and like forced her to watch. But
yeah,
she's too busy to be on her phone. But they're
Yeah.
like, Gemma, watch this routine Megan and I just made.
yeah.
And then that was the routine.
Yeah, that could have been it.
And
I think also though that movies right now are geared towards, or like a lot of them, especially if it's like a teenager movie, they're trying to find something where TikTok will be like, let me take this.
I mean, it blew up.
Yeah, and I mean that's what happened with Wednesday when
Yeah.
she does that dance or whatever. Yeah,
I don't know it, but
I gotta tell you, there was a preview with Jenna Ortega and at the Scream 6 or 5 or whatever it was, and the whole time I was like, oh man, I wish Jenna Ortega was in this movie, but I know she's not.
I just want her
I
like every.
love her.
She's a doll. She's
She's great.
She's a she's not the doll.
She's not a doll.
She's not a doll.
She's not a doll. Megan's the doll.
Megan's the doll. That would
Demented little fucking
Be,
doll.
oh my god,
Yeah.
she's scared. And okay, and like I don't know if you've been seeing on TikTok, but like Megan is everywhere right now. Like she's at the Empire State Building doing the dance. She was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and she like popped out of the audience and started doing the dance, and then sat back down. The whole time, Allison Williams is just sitting in the chair and she's smiling, but in her eyes it looks like, please help me, this is insane. Like she's like, I know how insane this is. And then Jimmy's just like, what is going on?
Wow.
Terrifying.
That is terrifying. And like you imagine that because she was a producer of the movie, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like seeing this vision come to life and then in such a hyper way of like, I can't get away from it.
Yeah, this is gonna be like
That's
forever.
scary.
Yeah.
Because it's already a creepy thing and not many like, I would say there aren't that many like horror movie viral bits.
Yeah, not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to be attached to something like that it's going to be the rest of her career. People are going to bring it up for sure. She did a great job.
Oh, she was awesome. I loved her. I love her in general.
She was great. I loved her hair throughout the whole movie, and it was very long. And I was like, I really like her with a lot of length. I know, boring. Sorry, boring girl moment.
But she looked good.
She looked great.
Good. I was like, good for you, girl.
Yeah. I don't like I'm a bit tired of like the trope in movies though, where the kids won't get away from their iPads and won't get away from, whatever.
Yeah.
I think if like, and I don't know if it's just because in this one, I was like, this is the final straw that I've had with this idea, but I'm hoping they start leaning another direction in terms of like kids and whatever.
Yeah, they like don't have, like someone's like, oh, we don't use iPads.
Yeah,
or
something. It just seems like now it's always brought up in a movie where there are kids where it's like, get off your phone, get off your iPad. It's like, okay, we get it.
It's like it's like when people are like, oh, I need to grab my mask.
Yeah,
in a movie, and you're like, we get it.
We know.
We know. We got it. I will say though, the iPad. I don't know if you've ever been around an iPad kid.
An before? iPad kid?
Have you been around one?
Oh yeah.
They're scary.
It's scarier than having the fucking doll.
They just like
they're glued to it.
Any position, iPad.
Yeah. Which is weird because to me, if I see a grown adult with an iPad, I'm like weirded out by it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a child's toy.
I just got an iPad.
Really?
I did.
What do you do on it?
I draw.
Oh, are you an artist?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little different.
It's
a creative
thing.
It's,
and then I play games.
But if I saw like an adult that was like, I have an iPad for my emails, I'd be like, what?
My parents do that.
Really? I feel like I'm insulting your whole
family. No, that's
family.
okay. We're an iPad family.
Oh, okay. All
Check
right.
yourself.
Sorry.
Check yourself.
My bad. I love the iPad. I love
Say it again.
The Nano. You like the Nano?
we do have the Nanos too.
Do you really have the Nano?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have an iPhone?
The iPod Nano?
You have an iPod Nano and an iPhone?
I'm the baby of the family. So I am spoiled. I acknowledge that. I used it to my advantage.
Yeah.
But I did get, I think I got the Nano, and then I got the first iPod with a screen.
The Touch?
The Touch.
Yeah, I had the Touch too.
The first iPad with a screen, and it's called the Touch. Thank you. and then I got like the most, like the final version of the iPod before they stopped making it, and then I got my phone
wow,
the same year, and I was like, well, why didn't I get an iPod? I have an iPhone now. I'm not going to use the iPod.
The latest, the last iPod could hold like 1 million songs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really for like DJs at that point.
Yeah. Although,
how many songs do you think you got on there?
Not many, because I didn't really.
Because I used it for drawing.
And games. I think the only thing that's on there was probably like High School Musical.
All right, rock on.
Maybe some, because of my brother, some Gnarls Barkley. And
the guy that sings Crazy?
Yeah.
Huh. What else does he sing?
A lot of other things, but you wouldn't. That's CeeLo Green.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you not know that?
Nope. No, I can confidently say that I didn't.
Well, hey, you always learn something new.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that. So.
Yeah. Do you there was something I wanted to bring up about so obviously her parents die at the start. Mm-hmm. And then she goes through this whole thing with M3GAN. Mm-hmm. I want to see like the after of how this chick is mentally after all of this.
Yeah.
Your parents die. You kill this robot that killed a bunch of people.
You almost stabbed a therapist.
Yeah. That was something too.
I thought she was going to kill the therapist.
I thought so too.
I wasn't a fan of the therapist until that moment.
Yeah, me neither.
I was like, and then she's like, hey, Megan's weird. And I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, Allison, Gemma, she's doing her best.
She is doing her best.
Some people are not meant to be mothers. And
Yeah.
you know, because you are a career-driven woman.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The niece could have gone with fucking Jacksonville or wherever the hell. Florida? Why did they make it sound like Florida was the end of the world?
I mean, it is.
Yeah. But it was like if the way they said it was as if she was going to be locked in a cage in Florida. And maybe that's just like the fact that we live in like a coastal city and whatever. Like people will be like, haha, Florida. Yeah, that does suck. But if you live in Florida, you're like, hey.
I feel. Are you from Florida?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Well, I don't know. I think there's some like hate towards Florida. That
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. Florida's just like Florida man, Florida trash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What I don't know if you know.
Oh, definitely. People are crazy over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, but probably she's like, oh, she's gonna see some crazy things.
Gonna do bath salts and whatever.
Yeah. Those
Where
family
were
members.
they based?
What the family?
Yeah.
You're.
Because I know they died in Oregon or near Oregon when they were going skiing. So maybe California, I guess, by default.
How far did they live from? Did Gemma live from? We need a map.
We need a map. It probably was like Silicon Valley area because of the high tech.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess, and like close-ish to Oregon.
Yeah, because Gemma drove from their house, from the deceased parents' house, to her own house. With her stuff. So I'm confused how far that was.
Yeah. At first, it didn't really seem like the way that they were acting seemed like nobody died.
Yeah,
like they were very reserved about it.
Yeah, kind of like me.
Really, I've never seen you act like that before.
No, it's fine. I'm good. I'm fine. No, but like, I mean, people, handle
it differently.
But like, they really didn't like take a moment, or like it was just like, nope, we're fine. And like Katie would have been, I said it, wow, would have been crying.
Yeah.
A lot more parents died. You saw her parents die.
Mm-hmm.
The only emotion she had was directly after the accident in the ER, which was Gemma watching them operate on her sister or something?
I don't really know.
Do they have open operating rooms like that? I don't think they have windows that.
I don't think you can see into it like that. I think she was looking into maybe like where they were laying.
Okay.
Or like.
But why would they have a window just open with two dead bodies? I don't know, I'm like, that seems like a HIPAA violation or something. I don't know. I don't know shit about shit, but I think that's HIPAA violation.
It's not a good, it's not good. I wouldn't want to look.
No, thank you.
No, I think that like they maybe wanted to show how they were emotionally stunted, like maybe because like how Katie was so addicted to the iPad and technology and whatever that she like couldn't really process what had happened. She didn't really pay attention to her parents. She only paid attention to the thing.
And then
the iPad.
Was like the iPad was then replaced with Megan.
Yeah.
And
then she was addicted to Megan.
Yeah.
Because Megan could give her all the answers right away and give her the whatever.
She was so sassy towards the end. Hey, can you have a bite of the hot dog? Just like,
Yeah, she was. I know. That's why
I was like, I
just didn't like her.
You know what? I'm sure she's a lovely person.
Oh, a lovely child.
A lovely child in
sure.
real life. She did a great job acting like a brat.
Yes,
she did a great job acting like a brat.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was telling my boy. He was like, were the actors good? I was like, yeah, I just hated their characters.
Yeah,
like
they did such a good job. I fucking hate them.
I was like, man, maybe Megan will pull a fast one on Katie.
I thought that
even
too.
just like elbow her in the face or something.
I thought she was gonna do something, but she's like, Bruce.
Yeah, which I thought was a little corny.
I know. I was like, oh, Bruce.
You knew that it was come back to life, and you knew. I just was kind of like, where did she get the gloves?
Yeah.
Where were the gloves?
And I'm like, when did she practice with Bruce?
Yeah.
We never saw her like using Bruce.
Yeah.
So I'm confused about how she knew like how to do things.
Yeah.
And because like you like tap the gloves and then like, could do.
I did like the final stab right into the brain part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good tie-in that she had learned from, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
Bruce earlier.
Yeah,
She
'cause
had
they're like,
learned
"This is
about
where
the
the brain
brain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, Katie's not an idiot
Yeah.
per se.
Yeah.
But-
she's a child. It's,
yeah.
no one's saying she's smart.
No,
She's
yeah,
a
that is true. That is
But
true.
No one's saying I'm smart. No one's saying any of us are smart.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We're just saying that she
She, in that moment,
was smart.
we're smart. I want to clarify that.
There was something where I the what had me laughing so hard was the detective that came up and he said, he was like, well, we thought he had died by the car, but then we found his ear ripped clean off, and then he started laughing and he was like, sorry, I shouldn't laugh at this stuff. And I was like, I want more of this guy.
You're like, we only got him for one scene.
I know. I was so bummed. I was like, this guy's crushing.
This guy's hilarious.
This guy's great.
He has like, what, 3-4 lines?
Yeah.
Absolutely steals it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you got to wonder too, like those people, because like I know so many people that audition for like those 2-line parts, whatever. And that guy destroyed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You're like,
Yeah.
I would have written more scenes for him.
Yeah.
Like the
I would have rather him be the police officer.
I thought it was going to be that guy. And
Yeah.
I was confused. Or like, I don't know, both of them. So it's like,
Yeah.
good cop, bad cop. It's like, hey, stop cracking. You can't laugh at this.
Yeah.
Well, her dog died. Well, yeah, but like, don't keep it.
Yeah.
Save it for the car
Yeah,
ride.
yeah.
Save it for later.
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't really want the dog to die. I know
Yeah.
the dog bit the kid, but
Bit the kid and Megan. Megan. There was some video that was like Megan reenacted with no context, and it was just a guy pretending to be Megan, getting dragged by the dog and like bit by. I don't know. It was good. It was good.
yeah. The fact that she could change her voice to sound like anybody was terrifying.
That is, but you could tell it was her. You just had to be smart.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, hey, this sounds kind of off. It's probably not, not my mom.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
the
Like I
owner.
was shocked that she believed it was her friend on the phone. I was shocked
Wait.
that Allison Williams believed that it was her assistant on the phone talking to her, but when it was actually Megan.
I thought it was her.
No, Megan had intercepted the call that Gemma had made to her assistant. And so Megan listened to all the shit that Gemma was saying, being like, we have to turn her off, we have to whatever, don't go through with it.
Okay.
That's why in the code, when the guy was like, what's that? And she was like, call intercepted. That's my cell phone.
Okay. I thought it was
Yeah.
like. Okay, so that call never went through.
No, Megan picked up the call in her thing
Okay.
and just sent out the audio back. So
Got
like,
it.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I
So
was
it wasn't
like-
real. Yeah, it was a fake phone call.
Wow. Okay.
Essentially, yeah.
My brain just exploded a little bit.
Yeah, that it was. I didn't know she could do that. I didn't know that was. There were so many functionalities that I was like, when did this get written into her code?
You're like, she's learning. She's learning. She's smart.
learning very quickly.
She's so smart. Look
Yeah.
at her go.
Look at her go. And was she supposed to also be 9?
I think so. She's the smartest 9-year-old in the world.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Bravo to her.
When she said the fact about coasters or whatever, I didn't know that answer either. I didn't know that the temperature or whatever the fuck, condensation. Whatever fact she said about condensation, I was like, really?
I mean, I just knew that, hey, if it's real wood, you make sure that you have something under your
Oh, yeah.
drink. That's all I know.
Yeah, I got a ring on my coffee table from something.
Megan won't allow it
Megan wouldn't allow it.
until she did. And that was her like her big turning moment was when Katie put down her drink
And then
and it
she,
wasn't on it. And Allison was like,
yeah.
uh-oh.
Do you think if somewhere down the line
Okay.
they made a robot that was a time? Okay. Okay. What about the little furry one at the start?
I'd burn
Without
it.
the teeth. Sans teeth.
I'd burn it.
You're burning it no matter what.
I don't like robots.
Really?
You know what? No, thank you. Like, I don't want that near me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're gonna take over the world. And
Oh, yeah.
I even see those little tiny robots that like deliver meals. You know.
Oh, you're talking about like the Postmates little guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am like, no, burn it, because like, no, kill it.
Yeah.
No.
There's one of them that's kind of cute. It's got like 3 eyes or some. I don't know if they're eyes. It looks like eyes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cute.
Yeah, like they're
Running
not.
down.
They're cute, but it's like, okay, well, like they're gonna get someone, and then they're gonna get broken, and then they're gonna, just consume your soul.
Yeah.
And I just think it's like,
Yeah.
it seems like it's just bad. And then like we're not gonna have. I don't know. They're taking our jobs. The robots are gonna take our jobs. Can't have them take our jobs.
Yeah, there's actually there are quite a few places now in LA that are thinking about doing like in the front one of those like kiosk type of robots that have you ever seen it where it's like you order at a restaurant and then this little robot brings you your food?
No.
Have you seen this? No. I went to one in Portland, Oregon, and it was to me useless. Like I was like, someone could just run this food out here. Like it's not that big of a deal. And like it comes to your table. It doesn't put the stuff on your table. You like reach and you grab and you put it down. You're like,
it's like thank you.
Do you say thank you?
And it just is like, you're like, what do I do now? And then it's like hitting everything on the way out.
Yeah.
You're like, this is pointless.
Yeah. They don't only make like skinny robots. They make like a variety of robots that are like, excuse me, like a wide hip bitch. Wide hip bitch. I'm sorry. I should have said that. We want a plus size Megan. That's what we want.
Why is Megan white?
You know what
I want a trans Megan. I want
a
gay. I want everything.
Yeah.
Gay,
Yeah. They were saying they were like you could change his skin tone. I was like, I want everything changed. I want to design my own like little person, I guess.
I want to play Sims, but on like a doll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I would definitely like. First of all, I wouldn't name it Megan. Definitely not.
No.
I would get bored by not Megan.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't do long blonde hair.
Yeah.
I would do something like where it was like you could spot it down the street and be like, oh, that's a robot.
Yeah, that's not real.
Yeah. I don't want it to look that real.
Yeah, she looked.
I'd give it like rainbow eyes.
Oh, okay.
Something where it's like, I don't like how Megan just like walked down the stairs at the end of that company without anyone being like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah,
she just like walked down.
They're like, oh, she's totally normal.
This is just a child. Who walks kind of staggeredly.
Yeah, you're like, I guess, I don't know, something's wrong. We can't judge here. She could have had, something done.
So like some screws in the hip
or
something. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know. You don't want to ask. You don't want to ask. But she was also like, that was an actress in a, like half the time it was like a doll.
Yeah.
Half the time it was a little girl wearing a mask. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Then to see her take off the mask, it's like thick and it's terrifying.
That's so scary. I thought it was mostly like animated, or VX.
I mean,
whatever.
Probably a lot of it, but like, yeah, it was.
That is so creepy.
Yeah.
I can't imagine looking at myself in the mirror and seeing that.
Yeah.
And the girl was only like 9? Like the girl that played it was young?
I don't know. I tried to see how old she was and it didn't say her age, so she's probably.
Because that would fuck with me if I was like 10 years old playing Megan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've heard it in interviews that like it didn't really feel like a horror movie on set.
I'm sure it didn't. Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Well, because they couldn't include that much gore, and then you're dancing.
Yeah.
You're dancing.
She's a dancer.
Yeah.
She's a singer. She's a dancer. She can act.
She's a talent.
She's a talent. She's an EGOT.
She can kill.
What more could you want?
I don't know.
She should. Oh my God. How do you think she would do at the Comedy Store?
Honestly, if she just took in all the data and like watched some sets in the OR or whatever, she could probably pick it. I mean, she could do better than some open micers, I'm sure.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Just
I mean, it would
crush.
probably be like a very scientific way of crushing. So like most people would be like, "Oh, that's hack." But then if you didn't know comedy, you'd be like, "I thought they did well."
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Exactly, exactly.
It's like when you hear someone do a bit about like women who are drunk in the bathroom. You're like, I'm sure if I never saw comedy, this would be hilarious.
Yeah.
But I know so many people who've done this bit that.
You're like, you're so creative.
Yeah,
Look at
wow,
you
good
go.
one. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So out of 10, what do you think?
Entertainment wise, I mean, I was paying attention the entire time.
Yeah.
I'd give it like an 8,
Yeah.
8, 9,
Yeah.
maybe. In terms of like, will I watch it again? Probably not.
Yeah.
Like, I think I get it.
Yeah.
You know, you're not really searching for more at the end of it.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand what happened here. You know,
Yeah,
it was funny enough.
I feel like it's one of those movies that you watch like once in theaters, and then if people like you're at like a party,
Someone
and you're
has
like-
it on the
so-
TV.
yeah, and you're like laughing, you're like, oh look, wait, you gotta watch this part. It's like one of those movies.
It's one of those.
and it's gonna be
yes.
a cult classic.
Yes.
I mean, it's already like doing better than
Most.
Avatar
Yeah.
too. It's doing better than Avatar.
It's doing
2,
better than Avatar 2.
which
See,
makes me so happy.
I love that.
It's so
now I give it a
funny,
10.
right?
I give it, yeah. Because Avatar 2, I truly, after seeing Avatar, the first one, I was like, who's going to want a second one? This was so long. And like, the creatures aren't hot. It was like they tried to make them kind of hot, but they just objectively weren't. Like, only like furries were into it.
Smash or pass? That's gonna be a pass.
It's gonna be a pass.
Hard pass.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I've never really been into. Well, I also don't really like fantasy.
Okay. fair.
That's not
Yeah.
really my realm.
Yeah, yeah, same.
I go horror, or I go like I like horror. I like psychological thrillers, that type of stuff. If
Yeah.
it's gonna be not like a comedy,
Yeah.
but like fantasy type shit. Pretty much stopped at Narnia, and then I never fucking looked back.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know,
that's
I'm
fair.
begging to watch fucking Aragon or whatever the hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there an Aragon?
I think yes, there was.
There was.
Yeah.
And who was the other fucker? Percy Jackson. There was that
It
kid.
was hot.
I never saw it.
He was
a
hot.
good-looking guy?
He was not ugly.
Oh, it was that Logan dude,
Yes,
right?
yes.
What else was he in? Perks of Being a Wallflower?
Yeah.
What else was he in? That's the exact name of the movie.
Got
What was his birthday? March 2nd, 1984?
it. Cool. I don't think I've heard of him before. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think I know
he's
him.
a Sagittarius. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure.
I don't know. I know his entire birth chart. Yeah, I would definitely give it an 8.5.
8.5.
I enjoyed it. I
got no complaints.
It was silly. And it was fun and entertaining, and I was laughing.
Yeah.
Was I terrified? No.
No.
Was I scared? No. I was kind of creeped out at some points just because
Yeah.
it was like a doll,
Yeah.
and that's kind of weird for me. But
Yeah.
like overall, I loved it. It was so fun.
I thought it was fun. The only thing I wish I would have done is it was a popcorn movie, and I didn't get popcorn.
I didn't get popcorn.
I got a huge Diet Coke. Yeah. Which was still good, but you know.
Yeah.
It was definitely like one of those. It felt like I traveled back into high school and was like, this is the type of movie I'd go see with my friends.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't go with a group of people now who
Yeah.
are, 29 and go see, like, I wouldn't be like, guys, we're all going to see M3GAN. Like, I wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Like, even like I told my sister, I was like, I'm gonna go see M3GAN, and she was like, why? And I was like, God, I'm doing a podcast. It's gonna be like it's a viral thing. She was like, okay. It's like, yeah, I guess you're right. Like,
sure, I guess. I mean,
it's hard to get a group together to go to the movies at this age.
Yeah.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
you're young and you're in high school, it's like, well,
This is we
go
don't
to
have
the
anything
movies.
else to do.
We go to the movies. We go to the mall.
Yeah, that's what we do. Well, not sometimes now because
Yeah.
you have to be like 18 or older after 5 p.m. or something.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
See, I didn't know
I've
that.
been carded so many times and I have not had my ID on me, but I've been with my parents and I've had to wait for my parents to come by and be like, she's literally 25. No.
Wow. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Is it because they serve a lot of alcohol now?
No, it's because the kids were up to no good.
Oh,
Up to
really?
shenanigans.
Oh,
So,
my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I do like how you can drink at the movies now.
That is helpful.
Love it.
That is helpful. That is helpful.
Yeah.
So tell us how we can find you, anything you want to promote.
You can find me on Instagram and at This Is Kelly Ryan. You can check out kellyryancomedy.com. It's got all my upcoming shows, doing some cool stuff this year. So definitely come on out. Yeah. That's
Hell
pretty much.
yeah.
Oh, and then I have a podcast myself, Night Coop. So I do that with my sister, my twin
Oh.
sister. Yeah.
Twin sister. Twins. Amazing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah, this was
And-
great.
I'm so honored. Also, you guys, we have our winners. We got
Whoa!
announced. I know. We have a signed script page from Jamie Kennedy, Scream script page with the rules of horror.
Whoa.
I know. We have 5 winners. I'm gonna announce them right now.
Let's go.
These are their Instagram handles, so I apologize in advance.
Okay.
It is first winner is Detroit D1. Second winner is Kayla.hardy.is.bitter. I love that.
That's a good name.
All right. 3 is Timothy.cash. 4 is JJ May. And finally, number 5, Stacy Shrome.
Wow.
You guys won. So DM us and we will get your addresses and we'll ship these to you. They're
That's pretty
great.
cool.
Right? They're pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I have one too. Yeah, it's pretty dope. So thank you guys for listening and thank you to our sponsor, FYE. You can find them in store or at FYE.com. Stay spooky, my friends.